is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today is an exciting video. We're gonna get right into it because the camera won't focus. There we go. Your girl is a fiance. I'm so excited. So of course we're gonna do a little get ready with me while I give you a little quick story time and also let you know what I've already done, because of course I've already started planning certain things. So I've officially been engaged for basically a full day. I got engaged on Saturday the 19th and today is Monday, so really right to it, honestly. It was beautiful. It was honestly perfect. I am someone who did not want people there. I didn't want people around. I don't want a big public proposal. I just wanted it to be nice, private, intimate, just us, no one around, and I just wanted at least some sort of photos documentation, and that's exactly what happened. We went to a beautiful garden in Connecticut, this mansion, Eolia Mansion in Connecticut, and it was perfect. Beautiful weather, it wasn't humid, and I honestly had no idea, which I truly thought when I did get proposed to, I would have some sort of idea that it was coming, which I did. I knew. We went ring shopping in February, which not full shopping, but I just tried on stuff, so I knew what I liked, what I didn't like, my sizing, stuff like that, and he just kind of took it from there. So your girl's been waiting for a while, and I knew it was coming. I had a feeling he had the ring, so I just knew it was happening. I knew he asked my parents back in November, so I was waiting for a while, and I truly thought it was going to be on our anniversary, and it wasn't. So after that, I just had no idea. And so, you know, it was in the back of my mind that it was happening, but he does just kind of like to plan dates, so it's just really hard for me to know if it was actually going to happen or, you know, it's just another date. But of course I got ready, as one does in preparation anyways. So it was very exciting. He did a very good job being nonchalant about it in terms of how our day was gonna go and what the plan was timing wise. There was no timing, which honestly probably made it a lot better. We could just go about our day as we did. So we pretty much just got to the garden. We walked around a bit first. We walked around the mansion, walked around a couple of the other gardens they had there. It was huge. It is a public place, but luckily with where we were, there was just absolutely no one around us at the time. And I did bring, you know, my tripod, camera, stuff like that, which is what I usually do when I know we're going somewhere where I am going to want photos. So that also wasn't out of the ordinary either. And, you know, I set up my tripod in a few places. We already took some photos, and then we got to another garden, and he was being very specific about where he wanted the tripod set up, which I did start to think was a little interesting. So he was being very specific about that, and then just making sure that it was recording, which luckily we did switch to his phone because my phone at that point was overheating and I was getting the phone cool down notifications and it would not have recorded the moment. So good thing that we switched to his phone. However, my phone does have different settings, so the video came out with kind of a lot more terrible lighting and quality than I would have wanted, but honestly I am just very glad that we got it regardless. Moment was documented and I was able to, you know, still edit the photos enough to look how I would want them to, so I am not complaining here. So it was perfect, and he pulled the whole what's that over there, and I did fall for it because I was kind of getting annoyed with it. I was like, what are you looking at? Like, can we just take these photos and I will look after? Like, it's not that big a deal. So I did fall for it and turned around and there he was. So it was just perfect. No one around, like I said, which was exactly what I wanted. And we just did a little more walking around after, and then just went home and we were able to call people, let everyone know, do our little post. So that was like perfect timing, and he said he had already had a nice dinner planned for that night. So it was kind of nice knowing we had something to go to after. We could go do our little debrief at home of, you know, what did you say to my parents? How did ring shopping go? How did you hide this or that? So I was just, it was like the perfect day for that because we got to kind of go home, decompress after the fact, after all the excitement, and then we went and got to go out to eat. So it was like the perfect plan of the day around that. Then we just went to dinner and had a great time. It was the perfect day, had so much fun. We got some champagne, you know, afterwards, and then just came home and had a good night. So that was very exciting. It was just, I love that it was unexpected. I love that it just kind of went on a usual day for us in a way. So it was the perfect little moment, and now I'm engaged. So I'm very excited. And like I said, I have been waiting for this moment for quite a while, so, which as one does. And like I said, I've been waiting since February. So I have been prepared, and the first thing my mind went to was planning. Now, I'm not rushing anything. I'm not going into it because I want to rush it. That certainly is not the case. I am just someone where if I didn't start planning about it and didn't start thinking about it, that would stress me out more because I would just want to be like, okay, I want to have my ducks in a row. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to have planning around something. I just want to be working on it and planning it already because, like I said, it would stress me out more just being more of that planner, knowing ahead of time type of person to not start planning. So it is not rushing. I'm not in a rush. I like that, you know, the timeline that we're on for it makes me feel a lot better. So I don't want to stress about it, which is why I'm already starting to think about planning because that's just the type of person I am. So it's not in any way because of a rushing reason. It's simply because I'm excited, I'm ready. I've been thinking about this already, and if I didn't start planning it, I would feel like I was behind regardless. That being said, it has been one day since we've been engaged, and so far I have scheduled our engagement shoot. It's July 21st, and our engagement shoot is August 2nd. I have October on the brain, but August 2nd, so that's good timing for me. I wanted to get those done first so I can immediately use those for anything wedding related, save the dates, whatever. But also I just wanted them to, again, that's not really a rushing thing. It's just because, okay, now we're engaged. I want to get some photos done because why would I not? So those are scheduled, and we do have a date in mind already. We are thinking October 17th of 2026. So that is a flexible date, but we did basically come to that decision already. So that is super exciting. So it is going to be flexible, you know, if we start touring places and they don't have the 17th available, but they have the 24th or the 10th, you know, we will definitely do that. So honestly, any Saturday in October is going to work, but right now we're set on the 17th. And I have already started looking at some venues. So this week is definitely going to be narrowing down where we want to tour and what places we want to look at first. I would rather get it done ahead of time and have everything done and set and then just have to wait than do it on a specific timeline, you know what I mean? Definitely going to be this week's priority is just looking at different venues, seeing what I like, because we honestly have no idea where we want to be because we have family in different states. Luckily, we will be staying in New England, but we live in a different state. A lot of my family's in a different state. His family's in a different state. Our friends are in, you know, a variety of these 4 different states. So everyone is, you know, somewhat in the same area, but it's just a matter of picking which one to go with. So that will definitely be the task as well, and just seeing what we like best. So I'm super excited about that. And then also, of course, this week will be guest list, which, like I said, I've been preparing since February. I already had an email made. I did already have the guest list started. So I just had to pick up where I left off, okay? So this week we'll be doing my rough draft finalized guest list and then going from there, and then, like I said, just touring venues and at least getting ones that I know will want to tour on the list. I have our mood board set for our engagement photos, so I already know the type of vibe I'll be going with for that. Waiting for our photographer to send us some location ideas so that way I can really finalize what we'll want the vibe to be for that, so that's exciting. And then I do, of course, have mood boards already for our wedding. I've already had those for quite a while anyways, so definitely finalized color palette: emerald green, dark everwood, forest evergreen, forest green is definitely the vibe. There will be a dark green kind of centered around that, which it is a fall wedding, so that's perfect. Fall wedding in New England with some emerald green, perfect. So that is definitely the color scheme we're going with, along with some golds, some ivories, maybe a little dusty pink, some cinnamon in there. So that's kind of the vibe for colors as well. So I already have that. I have an idea of how I want my hair already saved, along with, of course, dresses. Now, I don't know when I'll go dress shopping. I am planning on officially locking in now, which I already was for the past month anyways, but about to be even more intense because we are locking in for this wedding, and I will not be purchasing any more sweet treats at the store until then, okay? No idea when I will be going dress shopping. I know that's not something I need to think about right now, so I'm truly not stressed about anything at this point. I'm sure just give it time, but because I am someone who likes to do things ahead of time and just automatically my mind goes to planning and just getting it out of the way, I feel like I'm at a good head start right now, so not feeling too bad about it. So I'm very ready for this entire process. Not too concerned with the timeline. I've also already started planning what I'm doing for, you know, bridesmaid proposals, maid of honor proposals. We basically both already know what our bridal party is going to be. We're not having a big bridal party because I don't have too many on my side, and I do want it to be pretty even, so that's just what I'm thinking. We'll be, you know, planning some boxes and little proposals for that, so that's super exciting. Won't be doing that just yet, but I'm also not someone who cares too much about the bachelorette party. I just want to be with my friends. I want to have fun. You know, I don't need to go on a whole weekend trip. I don't need to go even to a different state. I just, you know, want to be with my people and have fun. That's really all I care about. So not too concerned about that, and honestly not really thinking about that right now. But we also already have an idea for honeymoon wise as well. We are thinking St. Lucia, so we'll see. Everything is obviously still up in the air. It's only been a day. Everything is kind of just, you know, hypothetical set dates and times and stuff like that for right now, and then we'll just go from there. Me being a little more of a type A person is very helpful in this situation, with us being quite opposite, because my fiance, I get to say that now, is definitely not the planner. He is the type that will just say, tell me when and where to be, and I will be there, and that's about it. The one thing he really does care quite a bit about is the food, which of course I agree. We have been to some weddings where we were not fans of the food, and that was kind of our main topic of conversation. So having good food is definitely going to be very important for that as well. And that, like I said, is his main concern, is the food. Just the more I keep looking at things and talking to people and thinking about things, there's just so many little things that come up that I feel like I just kind of forget about, or I know, okay, I'm gonna need to circle back to this or make note of this. So I know it will be a lot. I know the stress will hit me, but I feel like because I am the type of person doing it ahead of time, or just kind of as soon as possible, I feel like that will hopefully make it a little better. So we'll see, but because I already do have a very good idea of what I want, I know exactly what I want. Of course, I'm open to suggestions, but that is the one thing I'm not looking forward to as well, is having to turn down everyone's input. But it is our day, so it is what it is. It'll happen, I'm sure, but I am just very excited. I'm sure I will have so much more to share now, so definitely be looking forward to some more wedding content, wedding planning content, because that will certainly be coming now that this is factoring into daily life now. So I'm very excited to share more about it. I'm very excited to just start doing this, enter this next chapter. So I just can't wait. I'm so very excited. I can't wait to share more. So we are gonna get our first workout in as a fiance. We're doing a little pull day, and like I said, we're locking in. I'm gonna go tan, gonna go do a workout, and feel really good, and keep researching venues and working on my guest list, and that is going to probably be my life for quite a while, but I'm okay with that. I am looking forward to planning this and just putting my time into this, so I cannot wait. I will see you guys for the next video. I will try to not be overwhelming with wedding content on here, but obviously, like I said, that will be a big portion of what I'm doing for the time being, just because that's how I am. So we'll see, but I will try to be putting another what I eat in a day up for my next video on here as well. So look forward to that. I'll hopefully be filming this week, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm so excited.